Alright, what's going on, guys? It's GSR here. So, I wanted to talk to you guys today about Shao Kahn's buffs in Mortal Kombat 11, right? So, the first one I'm going to talk about is Shao Kahn's 4-3-4 combo string. So they made it to where he is now -9 on block, so he's a lot more safer by a few frames. So that's actually pretty good. And then you can clearly see he has a little bit of space here as well. So this is actually pretty nice that he's a little bit more safer, because if they think you're going to go for the mix-up, it's very possible for this character to, backdash a little bit more better, or, possibly go for another 4-3, and, he can create like a high mid mind game right there where, like, instead of the 4-3, you can go for like a standing 1 to get more plus frames or something like that. So that's actually pretty good, just in general. So that's a nice change. Another thing that they did though with this 4-3-4 is that they made it to where, like, if the character gets flawless blocked, he's still able to go directly into a special move. So you have no choice but to go for an up 2 or an up 3 to stop the character from doing what he's doing. Now the thing to take of note is that if I turn on my buttons, however, right, you'll notice that when I go for the full string, it doesn't work. So I went for the full string, where I added the 1+2, and if you look right here, right, that's what I did. And if you notice something, I'm not able to go into it. You see that? So keep that in mind. So what he can do off of this is that he can obviously do that to create a 50-50 situation. He could take it upon himself to do this, you know what I mean? So that's another possibility, or he can kind of delay it and then get a reaction out the opponent if they think he's going to commit into like the mix-up and stuff like that, or he could just hit you with the shoulder charging move, or possibly an anti-air, and you guys kind of get the idea with that, right? So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything off of this. So that's a pretty nice change. The only thing that I wish they would have done was make it to where his 4-3 is -7 on block, and this 4-3-4 1+3 string will be perfectly fine in this game, right? So that's the only thing that I wish they would have changed on this 4-3, just in general. Now, the other change that Shao Kahn got was that his overhead, or his hammer smash, that he has access to. So I'll just go to the move, or hammer lunge. It is plus on block. Right now, there is a flow spot gap in the second hit, so if he was to do this, as you can clearly see, you can up 2 and up 3 him, so he can create a little mind game off of that by delaying when he's going to go for the amplified version. But he becomes +1, and I remember he used to be really minus on that, and it was kind of bad. I think they made the recovery a little bit more better as well, as you can clearly see, so that's actually pretty nice, to where he can create that type of mind game a little bit more better. And if you think he's going to commit, he could possibly hit you with a standing 1 or something like that and get a plus frame, and then enforce more offense. But if you end up distracting and stuff like that, then obviously, like, he gets a plus frame, and who knows what'll happen in this situation depending on, like, what the opponent does. So, like, his frame data changes because he has a plus frame, so, like, his back 2 will no longer be 13 frames. It will come out as 12 frames, right? So that's actually not bad. Same thing with his back 4, so that's actually pretty good, just in general. So yeah, just keep that in mind. His 4-3 will come out at like 9 frames, so you kind of get where I'm going with that. Now, another thing that's actually pretty interesting off of this move is that he can actually get a combo, right? So it's possible to get 2 of these in a combo, but for right now I'm just going to show 1. So he can actually do a combo. As you can clearly see here, he can get like really nice damage. So you have to be very careful here, because his reward will be really good off of this move, right? And even though he's -7, he could still challenge you depending on what you throw out, right? But if a character's gifted with like a 6-frame poke, like Gearus and Aaron Black and, Terminator and Sub-Zero and shit like that, they're gonna poke him. They're gonna beat him out, and they're gonna get a free punish and get the hit advantage, and then enforce some type of mix-up or whatever the case may be, right? So you have to take that under consideration. So he could definitely use this in a neutral, where he does this, and he definitely gets like a pop-up, which is actually pretty nice, right? Normally he could do this in a corner and that was it, but now they made it to where he can do this mid-screen, and the opponent has to be careful. Then on top of that, he's like pretty much safe off of it, and can create a mind game. And since he can recover a little bit more better off of this version right here, to where he doesn't amplify, that's actually really good for him. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything off of this move, just in general, right? So these are pretty good changes. Now another change that they did is that they actually made it to where Shao Kahn's ground shatter is a lot more safer, right? So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by that. So they also gave it pushback, and they shredded off some minus frames. So if Shao Kahn was to block that, you can clearly see there's a good amount of pushback right here. So Shao Kahn would more than likely have to go for like his forward one, which I believe can reach Shao Kahn in this range. And, you know, Shao Kahn will get like a nice little punish here, right? So hold on. And then you can clearly see like Shao Kahn will get that punish, and then, you know, he can wave dash in there, and you see what's going on here. So it's still possible to punish Shao Kahn for doing this move. But another thing to take of note is that Shao Kahn can do this, and he gets pushed back and some blocks done there. And then on top of that, he's -8, so he's safe now. And they made this into a mid. They made the second hit into a mid, which is actually pretty nice. Now, the issue with this move, just in general, is that the opponent can take it upon themselves to say fuck them pretty much, right? So they can poke you out of it, and that doesn't make any sense. They can also jump out of it as well. There's no need to flawless block it. You don't even have to deal with that. And as you can clearly see, your reward is obviously really high. So they need to fix this so you can't do something like this, because what's the point of having a flawless block gap if you can do all this? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm really hoping they fix that issue with this ground shatter move. Now, another thing to take of note is that they still have not fixed his ridicule or his humiliate taunt, and I really hope that they do that, because he has a crushing blow with his forward 3/4 1+3 string, and that would be pretty nice if they would take it upon themselves to buff that. Now, another thing is that I really hope that they make his forward 2 into 19 frames, and then I think Shao Kahn will be a complete character. Now, there's another thing as well. His 2-1-2 is very confusing, because you can actually punch him in the face when he commits into the third hit. Even though there's a flawless block gap in it, if he goes for the 4-2-4, the same situation applies. So I'm really hoping that they look into this, and they really take, you know, like take it upon themselves to fix this problem that he has access to. He also has whiffing issues on certain characters when he goes for a standing one. So does other characters. His anti-airs aren't necessarily bad. I don't think they're bad. He has pretty good range and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just really hoping that they really look into this, and they take it upon themselves to buff him up just a little bit more, and he'll be perfectly fine in the game. Now, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have a lot of fake motherfuckers all of a sudden maining Shao Kahn, all of a sudden talking about, oh, Shao Kahn is my new main.
You serious?
I guarantee you, I guarantee it. I'm pretty sure some of you guys already went against multiple Shao Kahns in the game, just overall. So, yeah, I don't really have much to add here. It's just, like, when I made that tier list video, I wanted it to be very known that, you know, people do this. People really do this. Like, people don't want to fuck with this character, because they have to work hard with this character. So they drop the character, right? Or they don't even look the character's way, right? They don't even talk about this character, right? And then, you know, when this character get buff, oh, let me check out this character all of a sudden. Let me main this character since he's a little bit more better in the game. It's just like, where was that energy at? You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. But it is what it is. But yeah, these buffs are not bad. I'm actually pretty surprised that they really took it upon themselves to buff Shao Kahn a little bit. I'm just really hoping they do those certain fixes that I was just talking about in this video, and Shao Kahn will be perfectly fine in this game. Overall, yeah, man, Shao Kahn's getting a little bit more better in this game, and like I said, hopefully they do these little small fixes to make him better, and then after that, he doesn't need to be touched anymore. I don't think he needs to be touched anymore, like at all. Now, of course, some people would think that he should have a faster or a better projectile in the neutral, If anything, what they should do is that they should make it to where Shao Kahn's back forward one is, you know, like +3 or something like that. Nothing too crazy where like he's ridiculously plus. But they can make it to where like he's +3 instead of -3. And then when he gets like mid-range, that's when you can make him like -3 or something like that. Because his startup time is decently slow, to where like it's difficult for him to like challenge opponents in a neutral. So it's kind of hard for him to get in, to a certain degree. So, you know, you're gonna have to really work to get in with Shao Kahn. So if they do give him these type of fixes, they're probably gonna nerf his damage a little bit. And that's probably what they're gonna do, which I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with, because Shao Kahn will still be good in this game. He'll still be like strong in this game, and he'll still be able to hit you pretty hard with his combo. But they'll probably nerf his damage down by like 1% or maybe like 2% maybe, and he'll still be able to do pretty nice damage. So yeah, overall these buffs are not bad. So good job to NRS. I'll make another video talking about what they did to Shiva, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day out there. Peace.